Good morning, my name's Jenny Marra, I'm a member of the Scottish Parliament for North East Scotland. We're here at Balgay Park this morning to check out the tennis facilities in Dundee. Andy Murray inspired a nation on Sunday when he got to the Wimbledon final, and since then people on social media and media around the country have been saying that kids have been out playing tennis. We want to see what the facilities are like here in the city of Dundee. So this is the tennis courts at Balgay Victoria Park in the west end of Dundee. I used to come and hit the ball round here when I was young. You'll see that there are no lines on the tennis court. There's kind of faint gravel where the lines used to be. There used to be metal lines here, but I think it would be really difficult to play on this now that there are no clear lines. You'll also see that in the middle of the tennis courts here, they're waterlogged. Now there has been a lot of rain recently, but that court's not playable at all, and the surface is in pretty poor condition. It's not been replaced for many years. The nets are up, the door is open, but there's nobody playing here, and I would reckon that's probably because of the condition of the courts. We went into the Lynch Centre to ask if there were courts available. We were told that there were courts up the back, but they were a bit run down. This is Dundee City Council's facility for tennis in Lochee. It's still open, it's the middle of the school holidays, but it's in such a disgraceful state that nobody in their right mind would want to have a hit around here. We're up in Camperdown Park now. These three courts are open. The surface looks reasonably smooth. You can see the lines that mark out the court. The nets are not in good condition. There's a collapsed net right in the middle. The net here on this first court is not in good condition. It's ripped in the middle. But apart from that, they look in okay condition, and you could have a hit around here. I'm here at Fairmuir tennis courts with Craig and Ben, who are Morgan Academy pupils, and they're out during the school holidays playing tennis, so I just wanted to ask the boys what they thought of the facilities here.
It's really good. The nets are up, but there's a couple of problems about it as well. But fence over there, when you play tennis, it goes into the hole and it goes right through to the gardens. And the bushes over there as well, you lose your ball and a couple of bricks is there, so all you can do.
So you lose a lot of balls, do you?
Yeah, quite a lot, but that's only playing on this court, so it doesn't go in the boot. Yeah.
So what would you like to see up here?
Just the net's tightened and the fence
fixed, all that rubber bricks possibly removed.
So just tidied up and a bit of money spent on it?
Yeah.
You don't have to pay to play here, do you?
No.
And how long have you been playing tennis?
Well, I live around here, so I usually went with my big brother. So about 6-7 years I've been going here. So it's been okay.
And did you watch Andy Murray in the final on Sunday?
I don't want to talk about that, to be fairly honest.
Do you think you'll be spending a bit of the summer holidays playing tennis?
Yeah, probably most of it.
Down here?
Here or backstairs.
Okay, we're going there next. Well, thanks very much. Hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
We're in Dundee's lovely Baxter Park that had a lot of money spent on it recently, and the pavilion, restored pavilion, is behind me. We're in the tennis courts at the moment. They look okay, and the Morgan pupils up at Fairmuir said that these were another decent option that they use. There's nobody here today. The surface, like all the courts we've been to, is hard, it's concrete, it's gravel, and you know what your knees are like if you ever fall on that surface. There's certainly none of the courts we've been to that have got nice new 3G or grass surfaces that are more pleasant to play on. The lines they're okay, but they're patchy in places. This net looks reasonably new, but this net is a mess. It's all torn and gaping in the middle. It can't be much fun to play on. There are holes in the fences where you could lose your balls, are the same as Fairmuir. And this is Dawson Park, just off Arbroath Road. As you'll see, there's a number of school kids enjoying the tennis courts. They look in quite good condition. Some of the nets aren't great and there are holes in the fences. Again, you'll lose balls, but overall they're about the best we've seen. The last court we've come to this afternoon is Dundee Park. The courts are in okay nick compared to some of the ones we've seen already today. The court over there is waterlogged, but there's been a lot of rain. The other courts, they have their lines and their nets and they look okay, a bit shabby but okay. The thing that strikes me about Dundee Park is that they've got a brand new basketball court over there that's been used by kids this afternoon, and they've got a new bike park down there that about a dozen kids are on, but there's nobody on the tennis courts. The facilities are a bit shabby and they're not being used. It was Judy Murray that said that it's one thing to attract kids to sport, it's a whole other thing to keep them going, and that's a lot about the environment and the facilities. Dundee doesn't really have good enough facilities for tennis, but we do have a lot of courts, and with just a bit of investment we could really bring these up to a great standard and let kids in Dundee, give them something to do over the holidays with tennis. We've already met boys who are really keen on tennis this afternoon, and I think if the facilities were just a bit better and the council invested a bit more money, then we could have a lot more things for kids to do, and potentially an Andy Murray of the future here from Dundee.